Okay, gentlemen, welcome to a tutorial on circulation in a bird. Specifically today we're going to be talking about the four-chambered heart. The brain pop that we watched did not mention, nor to focus at all, actually, on the bird's circulatory system. But it is a very key aspect of the characteristics of a bird, and what makes a bird a bird. All birds share the four-chambered heart, and it makes them unique from other animals. And so the four-chambered heart would be one of the characteristics of a bird, something that all birds share. Here we have a diagram of the four-chambered heart. This comes from your textbook, and you could find it there in review if you'd like to. We'll start here just by drawing a line right down the middle of our four-chambered heart, with the oxygen-rich blood on one side and the oxygen-poor blood on the other side, represented here, as you can see in the key, with the red and the blue coloring. And the reason I want to draw the line down the middle of the four-chambered heart is because one of the key advantages to a four-chambered heart is that it keeps oxygen-rich blood and oxygen-poor blood separate. And that is one of the very important things to remember about the four-chambered heart. Oxygen-rich blood and oxygen-poor blood are separate. Now, let's follow the path of the blood, and that's important. That's what these notes here will help you do. Blood vessels in the lungs, blood vessels in the body, and here is our four-chambered heart in the middle. You do not need to know atriums versus ventricles, just left side, right side. If we start on the left side, oxygen-rich blood, that is blood that has a lot of oxygen in it, is pumped out of the heart and through the body. This is the body here. Note the note here. In the body, oxygen-rich blood is used by the bird's organs for strength and energy. And so all of the oxygen is used up and absorbed from the blood, and as the blood exits the body and returns to the heart, it becomes oxygen poor, or it is oxygen poor, because all of the oxygen has been used up out of the blood. Returns to the heart, oxygen poor, and is then pumped from the heart up into the blood vessels in the lungs. And here, oxygen-poor blood passes through the lungs, where it absorbs oxygen from the blood vessels in the lungs and becomes oxygen-rich. So it leaves the lungs here oxygen-rich before returning back to the left side of the heart. Oxygen-rich blood leaves the lungs, travels back to the heart, and back through the body, where it is used for strength and energy, becomes oxygen-poor, returns to the heart, oxygen-poor is pumped through the lungs, becoming oxygen-rich. And that cycle continues. And by separating the oxygen-rich and the oxygen-poor blood, it is a very efficient system. And that is the four-chambered heart, why it is unique, separating oxygen-rich, oxygen-poor blood, and also being able to track the path of the blood and explain, using these notes, using our discussion in class, using this tutorial, what happens in the body and what happens in the lungs as the blood travels through and as it changes from oxygen-rich to oxygen-poor in the body, or from oxygen-poor to oxygen-rich blood in the lungs. Thanks for watching.